Me in the pledge allegiance to the Bible, God's holy word. I will make it a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. I will hide its words in my heart that I might not sin against God. Join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We've been working through our catechism questions. We're going through the 10 Commandments. We've been talking about why we have the 10 Commandments, its purpose. It's for us to learn to love God and love our neighbor. And then we've learned that everyone is our neighbor. We know that God is pleased with those who love and obey him and is displeased with those who do not love and obey him. Let's go through what the first commandment is, what it teaches us, and then the second commandment. What is the first commandment? The first. What does the first commandment teach you? To worship. Right, to worship the true God and him only. What is the second commandment? The second. You shall not make for yourself a carved image. We are also, this week, we're working on etiquette, which is social graces. It's how we show love to one another in small doses and trifles. We've been working on our handshake. We talked about a good, firm handshake, not a hand-crushing handshake, and not a little dead fish handshake, show them you're alive. A nice, firm handshake. It's firm and cheerful, eyes on eyes. So I'll say handshake, and then we'll turn to our partner. We'll extend our hand graciously, eyes on eyes, give them a nice, firm handshake, a couple pumps, gentle pumps, and then release, and then your attention comes back up here. If you have a neighbor who's next to you that didn't have someone to shake their hands, you can turn and give them a quick handshake as well. All right, so let's try it. Handshake, firm and cheerful, eyes on eyes. And then drop your hands and then back up here. Well done. All right, this week we are working through our hymn of the month, and Mrs. Floyd is helping us understand it better. So let's welcome Mrs. Floyd.
Good morning. The hymn of the month this month is Father, We Thank Thee. And yesterday we went over the chorus and that first part of the verse and then the first part of the song, and Mrs. Domajo came up and showed us the hand signals. Today we're going to look at one of the verses that actually expands on the things that we can be thankful for. So let me see a raise of hands, no words, just a raise of hands. How many of you had a busy morning? Busy morning trying to get to school? Okay, put your hands down. How many of you maybe yesterday after school, when you got home, maybe you were busy then also? Yeah, okay, put your hands down. How many of you think you might be busy this afternoon whenever you get home? Yeah, okay. So here's the thing that I want to point out to you is that our lives are busy, and that busyness breeds distraction. And that distraction causes us to forget about what we can be thankful for. We forget to listen for the birds singing, or look outside at the beautiful sunrise, or think about the things the Lord has actually given to us to be thankful for. This song, though, brings those simple things back to mind. So today's portion of the song that we're going to go over lists out several things that if you really stop to think for a moment, you have probably either seen or heard already today. So listen to as I read through this portion, and then I'm going to go back and we'll look at it a little closer line by line. This section of the song says, "For the fruit upon the tree, for the birds that sing of thee, for the earth in beauty dressed, Father, Mother, and the rest, for thy precious loving care, for thy bounty everywhere. And we can thank him for food and loving care." So let me start back and break down those lines. And you think for just a moment if you have seen or heard any of these items already today since you've been out of bed. For the fruit upon the tree. Have any of you seen a piece of fruit, or maybe even had a piece of fruit with your breakfast, or maybe you have one packed in your lunch? Sure. For the birds that sing of thee. Anybody see or hear some birds singing today? This song tells us they're actually singing of the Lord, singing to him, making a wonderful, beautiful noise to him. For the earth in beauty dressed. And so as we look out at the earth that God created, maybe some of you even came down Ocean Drive by the water this morning, or saw some beautiful trees, or maybe not the sunrise since it's coming up so early, but the sun in the sky. Some beautiful things that the Lord has made this earth to hold. Listen to this line. Father, mother, and the rest of the people that love and care for you. Probably saw those people this morning, or at least a portion of them. It finishes up with, for thy precious loving care. That's speaking of God's loving care towards us. For thy bounty everywhere. Bounty means that we have in abundance the things that we need. And we can thank him for food and loving care. So today's portion, as we learn more and more of the song, points out specific things that we can see, that we eat, that we have in our life that God provides for us. We are wise if we take the time to be thankful for each of those things. And today's song, this month's song, allows for us to sing of them. So as you go through your day, keep your eyes out for those things that we've already mentioned in the song, and make sure that you take time to give thanks to the Lord as you see them or hear them.
We're going to just keep singing. It's great. So keep that song in your heart, and let's have a great Tuesday. The Lord be with you.